Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Ideas Gift with Purchase Tribute to Galileo Galilei set. This is set number 40595. It has 307 pieces, and I paid $30 for this set. This was a gift with purchase a while back. I don't remember what the gift with purchase threshold was. I think the threshold was $150 or $100. I can't remember exactly what it was. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Leave a comment letting me know what the threshold was. I did not get this as a gift with purchase at the time. I think it was towards the end of last year, maybe holiday season last year or something. I don't quite remember, so again, let me know when this is available. It is one that I wanted. I did look at on this channel actually the Amelia Earhart tribute and the Jane Goodall tribute, and there's a few of these. I think there's like a Charles Dickens one as well that I would really like to get, but this is one that I was really interested in, especially because I just recently finished building the new modular building of the Natural History Museum, and that had some like space stuff, and because in 2024 Lego is doing a bunch of cross-theme space sets, and so this felt kind of in line with that, so I did want to check this out. This is actually one of the things I bought while I was at a brick convention recently, and I didn't know what the going market rate was like on eBay or like on Bricklink. I kind of checked a little bit, and I tried to factor in shipping and walking out with it that day, and I was also able to negotiate on the price a little bit, so I ended up paying $30 for this. I think it was listed as maybe $35, but that's okay. And I think I saw maybe the cheapest one in the US that I saw was right around there, or maybe a little lower considering I would have to have it shipped. So either way, I'll talk more about the value at the end, but in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Ideas Gift with Purchase, the tribute to Galileo Galilei, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so I appreciate all the support. You can see we start out here building a pretty substantial base for this model. It's kind of a diorama, it's kind of a vignette, a sort of a scene, a slice of life office kind of thing here. And so there's a pretty thick base because there's some functionality there, and then we also spend a good amount of time tiling it all out. Next, we can start working on some of the walls on the kind of the back part of this kind of diorama here, and those are made with hinges, and some nice techniques in here, some really nice details in here, and we add a bunch of details to the outside, which I thought was pretty cool. We can attach that, and then we'll start populating the office space with all the just kind of different furniture and models and experiments and all different little things here, and I think it ends up populating really well and looking really cool. So that is everything, and now on to my review for this set. Okay, so this is the Lego Ideas tribute to Galileo Galilei gift with purchase. This is very cool, and it's actually been a minute since I put this together and since reviewing it, but for a somewhat little set, there is kind of a lot to look at here, and the first thing we will look at is the minifigure, because you do get one in this set. I think that's true for a lot of the tribute sets. I don't know for some of the book tribute sets, like there's I think a book tribute to like Charles Dickens. I don't know if you get a minifigure in that one. I don't have that one yet. I would like to get it, but like the Amelia Earhart one, the forgetting the name right now. Anyway, other tribute ones, you get a minifigure. So here is the minifigure in this set, and this is supposed to be Galileo Galilei here, and this is okay. So we got the gray hair, nice hairpiece, kind of comes up around maybe where an ear would be. The face is all right, has kind of a furrowed brow in there, some nice small details, and then has a beard piece, mustache piece that goes around the minifigure neck. I'll take that off just so we can see the rest of the torso and the rest of the face. Jane Goodall, that's who I was thinking of. The Jane Goodall tribute had some monkeys and had a Jane Goodall figure in it. Oh, this is tough for me to get off of here for some reason. And yeah, the Charles Dickens one, I think they're doing more book kind of reference ones, or they have done more than one. So the Galileo Galilei face here doesn't strike me that much without the beard and the hair on it. I'm not sure if this is a face that's used for other figures or other licensed stuff at all. It might be a somewhat common face there, and then we can just see pretty basic button-up shirt here, but some nice detail up around the collar, down to the waist. Nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of the torso is very, very basic. Not much going on the back of the head there. No alternate face at all. And I'll put the beard back on because I think it looks best there. I don't think this is a figure that if I saw it on its own, disconnected from this set, I would say, oh, this is Galileo. I think it needs a little bit of the context there, and I guess I don't have a great grasp on what Galileo looked like from any image I've seen of them. This is fine, but I just don't know if we have, we have paintings and pictures and portraits of him, and yeah, this probably is fine. I maybe would have liked it in like a full like cloak or robe or something like that, but in this version it's not a big deal. So that's the minifigure you get there, and then the rest of the set is this tribute to Galileo. So because it is a ideas set, even though it's a gift with purchase, the instruction manual does have some information about the designer, and I'm not sure if it has little tidbits of information throughout it. I think it might, but I am not positive. So occasionally with these instructions and different instructions, Lego might put some extra little notes in there or other stuff. I'm not seeing anything off the just a quick page through here, so that's all right. So those are the instructions. The rest of it is kind of like a diorama, kind of similar to the Amelia Earhart tribute, where it's a pretty small footprint thing, and it's kind of just a vignette, so to speak, of a kind of an area that they might be present in. So for Jane Goodall, it was kind of in the jungle, sort of with some different chimps or whatever, and for Amelia Earhart it was in the plane, and the plane also was kind of on a little display base there. So we have Galileo Galilei's kind of office space here, and this is really, really cool. So the first thing you build is the base for this, and we can kind of see what that looks like, all of these black plates here, and it's, I don't know how many studs deep this is, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so 12 deep maybe at the back, and 24 this way, but that's the back. And actually this one, more than a lot of one, has a pretty thick base here, because it's plate, bricks going around there, another plate, and then tiles on top of that. So there's a good amount of substance down here, and that's because there's some internal details in there and some different stuff. So we start kind of getting this all together, and then I believe after you do that, you work on the kind of back wall here, which is really cool. So if you notice on the side, we use some of these like tiles with the vertical wall there on either side. These wall pieces here are on hinges, and so we can kind of look at what the back looks like there. So we build these up, and they represent different things. This one's done with like a pretty big panel piece. This one has kind of the balcony window area cut out. This one's kind of solid, but it's indented on the inside there. And we build that up with a hinge here and down below it, hinge here, down below it. We actually put a couple 1x1 bricks there, and then we put these angled like roof pieces here. So these have a little bit of give, but not too much. And when it's sat down, it does just kind of stay in. It doesn't have a ton of range of motion. It's not really supposed to, so that's really, really cool. As far as the build goes for this, I think they did a good job sort of breaking up where they have the kind of masonry bricks versus just plain bricks and stuff like that. I think the color choices are really nice. It's a good kind of choice to make this too wide to give it some substance to come around here, but then the majority of it is just one wide, but we do get this nice kind of ornamental I don't know, molding around the walls and onto the ceiling, which is really cool. And then once you build the wall, you start to populate the rest of this office here. So I'll kind of go through all of that. There are some different studs here to put things, but along this back wall, we make a like a cupboard or a chest, a drawer thing here. So we have all these little jumper plates there that are supposed to be drawers, with this drawer being kind of askew. Maybe it's a little bit messy or stuff like that. We have like a goblet or a wine glass or just a glass over here, a cup, maybe some books and different stuff. This is a kind of build that reminds me of stuff that's in like modular buildings and other places. This kind of nice kind of furniture. It's really compact, but it has a lot of detail. It has some narrative use and some good kind of quirks to it. So having this drawer kind of misaligned is a nice little detail there. We do have the printed envelope piece, mail piece there, which is maybe something that fell out of the drawer or was going to be put in there. Over here we have I think they're like some experiments here. There may be stones or something like that. So one is using kind of a metallic silver, drum lacquered silver ball piece there, which I think was used as an eye for a Bionicle figure. And then we have the smaller ball with the bar element kind of coming off of there. And that just studs on just a little bit. Over on the other side, we have a globe, which is cool too. It's got a very similar base to this, and this is a printed globe on a minifigure head, which I'm guessing is maybe the best way for them to do that. I don't know if they've ever done printing of like that detail on like one of these pieces, because that probably would have been better, but this is kind of interesting too. So you can see I have a part of the world here, and you could spin that around. It is printed on the other side to have the Americas there and all the other continents and everything. So that's really cool. I don't know if that's exclusive to this, but I think that's nice. And then we also like populate the back here with a picture. This is a sticker. I have the sticker sheet over here, but that's a picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which I believe is where Galileo Galilei is from in Italy, which is cool. And then we have this kind of balcony look with these kind of floral elements peeking through, or like ivy that's maybe crawling up this outside of the building, which I thought was really interesting, because when I was putting it on the back, at first I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be facing the back or not, but I actually really, really like it. So we can kind of see some of the vines through the balusters of the railing there, which I think is nice. And then we just see a little bit of the like leaf pieces there as well. So looking at the back, we do add that. We have a couple of these kind of sprig vine-like pieces, and then we have different leaf pieces going around the back. So that's really, really cool. And then we have a brick-built telescope that is different from a lot of brick-built telescopes I've seen. And I did just recently do like the Natural History Museum, and I think that had a brick-built telescope, and Ninjago City Gardens had some, and there's a few other ones that have had some, but this is really cool using some gold pieces there and then just some brown pieces, which is nice. You can kind of lean this up and down by articulating it here. You can also articulate it this way, so you can kind of get it to be placed in the office, but like looking out the window, which is nice. And let me get this back on there. So maybe something like that, and it can be aimed out through the balcony so they can study. And then kind of the main focus here, we have the desk. So we have like, I think a compass or a sextant, kind of a thing for navigation, and the gold. Sometimes they'll put this on ships or boat things there. We have another sticker, which is this kind of, I don't know what this is supposed to be, maybe the moon or something like that. And I'm actually not positive. It's a sticker that has, an orb, a celestial orb of some sort on there, I believe, which is fine. Over here we have a very simple build for like a ink canister or an ink pot with a quill kind of in it. And then I like how the desk was done because it uses these kind of like curly Q architectural pieces for the legs there, and you can just kind of see that, but that's a nice detail. And then we do have the chair behind there, which is good. And then there's some function in here. You can see the middle of this has a kind of heliocentric display kind of model, and it reminds me of the Technic set that came out somewhat recently for the Technic Space, which I can't remember what they called it, but you could like move a little crank and the moon would go around the earth and the earth would go around the sun and all that stuff. And that's a set that I really do want to get my hands on so I can take a look at, and this is kind of a precursor to that in some ways. So it feels fitting to talk about this when Lego is going through this big Lego space cross theme kind of thing this year. And so we have a small little ball here meant to represent Earth and a sun in the center, which for Galileo, I think that was maybe their most well-known attribution to science is transitioning from a geocentric to a heliocentric kind of model. And so we have a little bit of a mechanism here with some of these kind of like splat gear, these bigger gear pieces. So if you turn this at the back, it makes the Earth rotate around the sun there, which is very, very nice. You can do it either way. I don't know which is the correct way or the natural way for it to be, given like just looking down at it like this and how this is oriented and stuff. But I think like this is right. Does it go counterclockwise or clockwise? I don't know, because it's in space. But that's a nice little hidden feature. It's very, very simple of a mechanism, and actually the kind of little bar element that comes up through the desk is really slim and narrow, and especially if Galileo minifigure is sitting in the chair behind the desk, I think it's like easy enough to kind of hide that and people might not see it. So it's kind of a hidden mechanism, I would say, which is very, very cool. And I think it's important to include that. I can sit Galileo down at their desk, something like this, and I think it hits their hands right now. So either maybe I lean them back and I can make it work. Yeah. So if their hands are on their desk, it doesn't work, but you can get them there, and I think that looks pretty great, pretty cool. The scale feels about right, and overall the thing works. So the reason this is all so thick down here is just to accommodate a couple of these gears. It's a very, very simple mechanism. I think there's 3 of these kind of splat gear pieces in there. So this one goes to another one, which would have had it going one way, and then it goes to a third one to get it back to the other way, so that the gear that you're rotating at the back is rotating the same as the Earth around the sun in this model and in this depiction. You do have the label here, Galileo Galilei. That is a sticker as well. So there's 3 stickers in this set. The big one for the picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, this kind of what I'm assuming is maybe the moon, and the kind of nameplate here. The sticker sheet is right there. None of them are terribly difficult to put on. It would have been great if they were prints, but I understand why they're not. Not a big deal. Happy to get the globe print here or whatever. And then we do have, some studs, though, that you could display Galileo kind of at the end here, like standing there, standing over here perhaps, and there isn't a great place to, like, I guess you could put them over here and they could be sort of looking through their telescope there. There might be a way to make that look somewhat natural, and I think that's kind of the intention there, which is fine to see that, and good to have that option. You could also use this to kind of pose them there, but I think it would be probably better to do it on 2 studs instead of 1. And I keep knocking over the telescope here, so let me get that back in there. And that's kind of everything. This is a nice little display piece. Has a little bit of a play function. It's a tribute to a important scientific mind with some important research that I think is very valuable. It connects to the cross-theme space event that LEGO was doing for 2024, even though this came out, I think, in 2022 or 2023 or something like this. So that's all really cool to me. And I also like the idea of like these smaller idea sets that I don't know if LEGO would ever like produce to put on shelves, but the idea sets that become gift with purchase I think are really, really cool, and I hope for more of them because I like them a lot, and this one's no different. I think the minifigure maybe could have been improved on a little bit. It's pretty basic. It doesn't scream Galileo without the label here, without some of the details and context within this kind of vignette. I don't know if I would know it's Galileo, but that's okay. It's somewhat interchangeable, and maybe there are people out there who have kind of made a more accurate one at some point, but anyway, that's kind of everything here. I think this is a pretty good. I enjoyed building it, enjoyed talking about it, so that's very great. And I'll show the extra pieces because you do get some. You don't get a ton, just a few. The kind of quill pieces or these feather pieces that might go in a cap, you get 2 extras of those because they're so light. They put 3 in a set. You get an extra of the beard, mustache, facial hair for Galileo, a Technic pin here, a hollow stud, and a tile with the vertical bar coming out of it. So those are all your extra pieces, just 5 of them. This set is 307 pieces, and I paid $30 for this set. I don't remember what the threshold was for buying this. Let me see here. It seems to be maybe 130, and maybe this was from 2023. But 130 spend to get 300 pieces of an ideas set, which is pretty cool. And I didn't get this as a gift with purchase. I got this at a brick convention. I think it was listed at $40, and I was able to negotiate down to $30. I believe that's the case, but I will have said it in the beginning of the video there. And then looking at kind of the market price, I think $30 is about right for a sealed one. $40 I think was a little bit high for me personally. And then this set isn't nearly as old as I thought it was. Maybe there's another tribute that I'm thinking of that's not the Charles Dickens ones, that's like a different one, but I don't know. But $30 feels about right for this. Used ones, complete ones, probably 20 or less, but I did want a sealed copy of this, and I had a ton of fun building it, so I don't think the value is that bad. When buying gift with purchases in the aftermarket and not getting them as a gift with purchase, kind of evaluating the value is a little bit different. One of the things when I get gift with purchases, it's always hard. So I talk about the value as far as like the recommended MSRP that Lego Group puts with their gift with purchases. And I also factor in like how much I had to spend to reach the threshold to receive the gift with purchase. In this case, that's not as important because the kind of MSRP that Lego ascribes to various gift with purchases is sometimes inconsistent with what the market price eventually becomes. With like some of the Disney ones, like the Steamboat Willie or the Disney 100 photo holder thing, I think the kind of suggested retail price that Lego put for those was relatively low, and the threshold was relatively low, but those kind of sold in the aftermarket for a good amount for a while. So I think this one maybe people are paying $40 for, maybe more. I don't know if it's something that would go up in price or not. $30 felt about right to me, and I don't feel too bad about it. Considering the pieces that are in here and everything, that feels okay to me. So 307 pieces for $30 is not too bad. I maybe would have liked it, to be cheaper, 25, 20. That would have been great. I'm imagining this was probably listed on Lego as 25, but I don't know if it's 25 is what they had it listed at, and that feels about right to me. Paying a little bit more for that just because it's no longer available and everything like that, totally understandable. I think I got a good deal and I'm happy with it, so very, very cool. I like this a lot. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and click the like. And if you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more gift with purchases, more space stuff, more tribute ideas sets, tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, old sets, new sets, used sets, retired sets, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel and support my videos here, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description. It's on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So maybe consider checking those things out. It helps me a lot, but I just appreciate anyone who likes, comments, subscribes. It's very meaningful to me, and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.